Crowds cheer in Calgary as Canada kicks off.
It's been a really good atmosphere. Everyone's in the mood for it, and the next 6 weeks is going to be a fun one, for sure.
With businesses bracing ahead of some major matches this weekend. Provincial approval means this former ski resort is closer to becoming a year-round destination. And a unique birthday bash. Happy birthday to us. How women from around the world, born on the exact same day, formed a bond.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldberg.
Good afternoon. In a tense first game on home soil, Canada made World Cup history thanks to an impressive goal in the second half.
Bonet driving forward, played through towards Kyle Laren! It's Kyle Laren with the goal!
After Bosnia and Herzegovina scored first, Kyle Laren found the back of the net in the 78th minute, scoring Canada's first goal of the tournament. And after chances on both sides in the final minutes, the score would end in a 1-1 draw, securing Canada its first point in World Cup history. And Tim Brooke was monitoring the action from some Calgary watch parties. And he joins us from Elephant and Castle. So Tim, local fans are pumped.
Yes, Alicia, we can't lie. There was a little tinge of disappointment here because Canada was unable to score that go-ahead goal. But all in all, as I'm sure maybe you can hear the people behind me, a lot of people are just really, really pumped up to be part of this moment because it's a huge moment. So today, during the game, we were at 3 different watch parties. Here's some scenes from the biggest one at Eau Claire Plaza. Hundreds showed up in their best red and white to cheer on the home side, and the weather luckily cooperated for most of the afternoon. But fans are no doubt hoping the next 2 watch parties will be a little bit sunnier, a little less overcast, of course. And along 17th, we're told all the sports bars were at full capacity. Fans tell us they've been waiting a long time to see their country play in a game like this.
Well, it's a big moment for Canada and soccer in this country in general. Like, been a soccer fan my whole life, grew up playing soccer here in Calgary, and, you know, being able to come out here with fellow fans and, like, celebrate, this is a big achievement for us, right? Like, show the world that we're serious about soccer, not just hockey, but soccer too.
And as you can imagine, pubs like the Elephant and Castle behind me aren't just expecting to be packed on Canada match days. In fact, management here told me they were extremely busy yesterday for both matches, and neither of those, of course, Alicia, involved Canada. And so they're really expecting sales to remain strong this weekend. A couple marquee matchups, Brazil tomorrow, and then, Alicia, the Netherlands play on Sunday.
Thanks, Tim. And Tim's in his puffy jacket. I saw a lot of jackets and even some toques in those watch parties. But the weekend watch parties probably are going to be, maybe T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, definitely T-shirts. You know, we like to make the best of the warm weather, and this weekend looks absolutely fantastic. Temperatures will climb, the sun will shine. It's looking really good. We paid our dues for this week. We still have isolated showers, though. You can see pockets of them moving through all of southern Alberta at this point. So don't be surprised to run into some raindrops here and there, basically for Calgary up until about 9 o'clock tonight. And then it's fully out just in the far south by that point. 11 degrees is the temperature right now. So yes, we are on the cool side, but things will start to change tomorrow. Tomorrow won't be the hottest day, but it will certainly be a lot warmer than what we've had over these last few days. All right, 9 degrees to kick off the day. Fog patches developing overnight through tomorrow morning, but then when that mixes out, you're just looking at a whole lot of sunshine and a really nice day. I'll be back with your full weekend forecast in just a little bit. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thanks, Danielle. The province has approved the development plan for Fortress Mountain in Kananaskis Country with some conditions. Developers want to turn the former ski resort into a year-round destination that can accommodate over 8,000 visitors per day. Now, the province says it's approved the concept stage, but before granting land rights, several conditions need to be met. Those include relocating the planned mountaintop restaurant to the base area and removing references to motorized recreation. There also needs to be site-specific wildlife and fisheries surveys, along with timelines for environmental and emergency management plans and adequate Indigenous consultation. An Airdrie woman is being remembered for her passion for the mountains and her willingness to help others. Katie Heaven died Saturday while hiking the east ridge of Mount Bryant. The 47-year-old was with a group on a difficult scramble when a rock separated from the peak and she fell. Emergency crews responded, including RCMP, paramedics, and STARS. Now, her friends say that she was an experienced hiker and a generous person. She helped fundraise for families who experienced house fires and organized graduation banquets for the community.
Just focusing on all of those positive things because she was a positive person, and knowing that her legacy will live on. She will be remembered.
Now, community members have now set up a GoFundMe to help Heaven's children. An Alberta man who had been outspoken about changes to the province's disability support system appears to have died by suicide. And a warning to our viewers, some of the details in this story may be disturbing. Now, Mark Villani joins us from the newsroom. Mark, we're learning the man sent a lengthy message to the government shortly before his death.
Yeah, that's right, Alicia. 57-year-old Bruce Johnson says the UCP government's planned move from the Assured Income for the Severely Handicapped, or AISH program, to the Alberta Disability Program, now known as ADAP, had really intensified his anxiety, his stress, and depression in the weeks that were leading up to his death. Now, Johnson detailed his lifetime of struggles with mental health issues, but also voiced concerns that individuals moving to ADAP starting July 1st will now see about $200 less in monthly support from the original $1,900 they were receiving. He wrote that the new program had pushed me to end everything. It wasn't the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, it was an anvil. RCMP responded to a fatal residential fire in Empress, Alberta on Monday. The cause of that fire unknown, and a single body was found inside, but it is considered not suspicious. CTV has confirmed this was Johnson's residence. The incident now sparking frustration amongst others, though, who were also transitioning to ADAP.
The person who recently took his own life felt like there was no way out, because it really is the last straw for so many of us. When we've already had to jump hoops and advocate and prove ourselves.
Now, the province says these changes are designed to create a more tailored system that distinguishes between those who cannot work and those who may be able to with supports. Alberta's new Minister of Assisted Living and Social Services, Nathan Neudorf, did not make himself available for an interview or address these changes to disability payments today, but he did offer his condolences to Johnson and family as well as community members. Alicia.
Thanks, Mark. And if you or someone you know is in crisis or needs support, you can call or text the Suicide Crisis Helpline at 988. The province has revealed plans for an independent report into the economic impacts of Alberta leaving Canada. The University of Calgary's School of Public Policy will do the analysis. An expert advisory panel led by economist Jack Mintz will review the report and provide a separate assessment. The report will focus on the estimated transition costs, economic effects, and potential benefits. It's expected to be released in late summer. The province says the goal is to give Albertans credible information on the potential impacts of separation prior to October's referendum vote. The FIFA World Cup isn't the only venue for national pride. Baristas from across the country are in Calgary this weekend, ready to pour their heart out one coffee at a time. This weekend, our city is host to the National Barista Championships for the first time since 2023. Now, each barista gets 15 minutes to explain their coffee creations to a panel of judges. There are 17 competitors from across the country, but Calgarians have dominated the competition for more than a decade.
Iron sharpens iron, like friendly competition really helps build. So, and Calgary has a wonderful collection of great roasters as well, not just Monogram, but other ones in Calgary that are well known across Canada for the quality of the coffee. And ultimately this comes down to how good the coffee tastes. So I think that's a big part of that.
The competition runs until Sunday and is free to attend. And that's at Schoolhouse Roasting this weekend. The winner will advance to the World Barista Championships in Panama. You can also take part in an event this weekend to raise money for ALS. We hear from one family facing the disease as it continues delivering challenges. And we meet a bunch of peg pals who say crib is a vital part of staying healthy. The province has approved funding for a drug that treats a rare lung disease. The drug called sotatercept treats patients with pulmonary arterial hypertension. It's the first drug to treat the cause of the disease, not just the symptoms. The condition causes high blood pressure in the lungs and over time can lead to heart failure. It can affect anyone at any age, though women are twice as likely to have it. About 270 Albertans will now benefit. June is ALS Awareness Month, and there's a fundraising push to support treatment and research into the disease. It's also a month to share stories of those living with ALS, like Ralph Scott. He was diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease in 2021. First, it limited his mobility. Now it's taking away his ability to speak, but he's working with a speech therapist to help communicate using technology.
It makes our world smaller. And with these devices and the help that we're getting, if we can try to keep it at the same level and not to have the world shrink anymore.
Side by Side for ALS Run and Walk will happen in Calgary this Sunday at North Glenmore Park. Now, so far this year, over $300,000 have been raised in Calgary. The goal is to get over $500,000. Good cause, and it's going to be great weather on Sunday, Danielle.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
People should get out. Whatever they're going to do this weekend, they should head outside.
Yes, make the best of these next few days because then a lot of next week looks unstable once again. And this, I would say, is the first time I feel like in a while that I don't have a ton to warn you about, which is good. Okay. We do have dark clouds out there still. There's still isolated showers in the city. You'll run into a couple raindrops here and there, and that's up until about 9 o'clock tonight. You'll also be dealing with cold temperatures for the rest of today. We're just at 11 in Calgary, so it's a chilly one for sure. 10 in Pincher Creek, 13 in Lethbridge. Overall, it's a chilly one. 14 for Brooks and 12 for Drumheller at the moment. When you look at maximum wind gusts, 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. So as we talked about, it did calm down for today, and it will be even calmer for tomorrow. We're not looking at gusty conditions at all for tomorrow. The only place we may see that is closer to the Medicine Hat area where they'll get around 40 kilometer per hour gusts. All right, so here's a look at the system. It's finally winding down, but still these isolated pockets of showers, but you can even see that starting to fizzle out as well and weaken. So we have the potential for isolated, very light showers up until about 9 o'clock tonight. And then look at that, it starts to clear out. We will have fog patches develop tonight though, just keep that in mind, and that will last into early tomorrow morning. And then by the afternoon, just some high cirrus clouds here and there, those really thin, really high clouds. It'll be a nice day, you'll see lots of sunshine and temperatures will start to climb. This is Sunday. Nothing to talk about on Sunday. And then Monday, we will have the clouds start to increase. We'll still hold on to the warmth on Monday, but conditions will start to fall apart ahead of a system that will really track in for Tuesday and deliver thunderstorms, rain, good amount of rain, in fact. Okay, 18 degrees is our high for tomorrow. Again, fog patches in the morning hours, and then that will mix out, leaving us with a really nice day. UV index high at 7, so slap on the sunscreen if you are out. High as well for Sunday. We do have more cloud cover that will filter in. High of 23 on Monday. We'll likely still hold on to the 20s for early afternoon on Tuesday, but this system will bring a good amount of rainfall later on Tuesday. Some thunderstorm activity is possible and embedded in that, and then that will carry through. And a key thing that this will do is it will bring in a cooler air mass that will stick around. So when you look at the 10-day trend, and you can see that we're looking at the warmest weather this Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and pretty good for tomorrow as well at 18. After that, we do a huge drop in temperature. We'll struggle just to get into the mid-teens again, and that will come with showers, thunderstorm activity, and by next weekend, it will be much, much cooler. So yes, make the best out of these next 3 days.
Thanks, Danielle. 2 years ago, a local club started with a handful of people and now has close to 500 members. Those members of Calgary Cribbage meet at local craft breweries throughout the city a few times a week to play crib. Warren Hilt started the club because he was bored and felt isolated. He says there are health benefits from the social gathering, and the card games also keep your brain active.
It's super important because if not, we'd be staying at home on our phones or just like being antisocial, not supporting local businesses as well.
Calgary Cribbage has members that have been playing for years, but also welcomes newcomers to the game. Their youngest member is just 7 years old. An oil company has been penalized for a spill in Alberta. The company has to pay up, and it's not the first time they've faced a penalty for a spill at this site. A rocket company launched on the market today and saw stocks soar. Joining me is Dave Popowich, portfolio manager with the Popowich Carmeli Advisory Group. So Dave, potential peace in the Middle East helped markets gain today.
Yeah, well, you kind of touched on both of the big stories today. Maybe let's start with this Middle East peace deal. Alicia, good afternoon to you. As we creep closer to peace, what you're seeing is equity markets moving higher and oil prices moving lower. And that's a good news story, obviously, not just for humanity, but for the markets as well. All kinds of leaks today throughout the course of the day about where the process was in the peace deal, and certainly plenty of indication that both sides, the U.S. and Iran, getting very serious and getting close to the proper terms. Now, the problem is we've been there before. So the market, I don't think, is going to be overly satisfied with just staying here. We need to see a deal signed. Now, there was some independent reporting that indicated that we could see a deal signed as early as Sunday. So no doubt this is going to be a consequential story next week in terms of trading action. If anything breaks down over the weekend, we could see a reversal in oil prices moving higher and stock markets being affected. If we actually get that deal in a lasting peace, we could continue to see oil prices moving lower and maybe even see a 7 handle on a barrel of oil by next week if we should get that deal signed.
And it was a good day for SpaceX to start trading today for the first time.
The price of the IPO was $135. Stock started trading about midday, hit $150 at the open, and it finished just under $161. A good, successful day, not just for SpaceX, but really for the markets as well. This is a bit of a dress rehearsal for some other mega IPOs that are in the works. You got AI, OpenAI, and Anthropic behind this. So I don't think it's just Friday's success, but we're also going to watch SpaceX's trading next week to see if it can maintain this strong price or if it fades. And there will be some implication of the markets if it does fade.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye, Alicia.
Imperial Oil has to pay $120,000 after a wastewater spill at its Kearl oil sands mine near Fort McMurray. Alberta's energy regulator laid 9 charges against the company last year in connection to the 2023 spill, where more than 5 million litres of wastewater overflowed from a drainage pond. Now, the company pleaded guilty to 1 charge and the others were dropped. Imperial Oil spent about $2 million remediating the area and said that it has made equipment and training changes. The company was previously fined $50,000 for a wastewater spill at the same mine in 2022. Statistics Canada says Canadians owe more than they're earning for the 6th straight quarter. The agency says household debt outpaced income again. There's now roughly $1.80 in debt for every dollar of disposable income. Recent studies from Equifax show Alberta has the 2nd highest debt levels in the country. The Alberta government has picked who will be compiling a report on the costs of separation. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Alicia. The province says it wants Albertans to have credible information to help make their decision about separatism. The government has appointed the U of C's School of Public Policy and a panel of experts to crunch the numbers. Coming up at 6, why one political scientist says Albertans shouldn't rely on this report alone. Also ahead, in Fort McMurray, drivers are so frustrated by the potholes on the only road into town that volunteers are doing the repairs themselves. Coming up at 6, what the province and police have to say about that. Alicia.
Thanks, Tara. The City of Calgary has announced its plans for Canada Day celebrations. Festivities are happening across the city, including at the Confluence Historic Site. And main stage performances start at 2 p.m. at Princess Island Park, and the fireworks show above Stampede Park is happening at 11 p.m. with the primary viewing area at Max Bell Centre. And you can learn more at calgary.ca/Canada Day. Right now in Calgary, it's mostly cloudy and 11 degrees, a bit of a chilly night, but better weather to come on the weekend. Danielle will be back with the details after the break. Well, it was raining in Calgary this morning. It was snowing at higher elevations in the mountains. Now, that's good news for Sunshine Village in Banff. It's helping preserve the snow at the ski hill for its summer season, which will run from June 20th until July 5th. Only the Strawberry and Standish Express chairlifts will be open, but still, they have a lot of snow out there this year, so it'll be pretty great next weekend, and people can get out and ski in June.
That's what's so cool about living on the lee side of the Rockies. There will be people golfing that same day as there are people skiing. Some people will be swimming in a lake. Yeah, all this stuff. Okay, it's 11 degrees currently. It's cool today. Today's not a swimming day. 13. Was our high earlier. All right, 18 for tomorrow. That sounds better, right? And then 22 for Sunday. Just fog patches developing tonight because we'll still have so much moisture, and that will carry into early tomorrow morning, but stable for the next 3 days. It will be mostly cloudy, though, by Monday.
Thanks, Danielle. A unique birthday celebration brought women from across Canada and the United States to Canmore this week. All of them were born on the exact same day, today, June 12th, 75 years ago. Now, the gathering is part of an international project started by Australian psychologist Linda Gilmore. After meeting a woman her own age during a trip to Cambodia, Gilmore began searching for women born on the same day as herself to study how culture, family, and life experiences shape people's lives. Now, the project has since connected women from around the world. Many formed lasting friendships and traveled together for years.
I've also learned in this project the power of belonging to a unique group. So many of the women now connect with each other. We get together in various parts of the world. Some have become really good friends, and we have this feeling of connection that is really quite unique.
Gilmore says she's still looking for more women born on June 12, 1951 to join the project. If you'd like to connect with Professor Gilmore or learn more about the study, we've posted links on our website. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.